Hey, traders. Good to see y'all on this Sunday, where the weekly close will be confirmed in 53 minutes. Never forget 9/11, 2001. 3,000 Americans died, and it was awful. And got us into a war that is pretty much bankrupted this country, but you wouldn't know that by how bureaucrats continue to spend money. Anyway, so just had to say that right at the start. Hope you had a good Saturday. And here's Bitcoin on your 4-hour chart. You broke that potential supply line. It had only been regarded once. Okay, now at horizontal line resistance, right? A high from June 21st, 26th. You can see correlation there. And then more confirmation of validity, August 21st, 25th, and 26th, yeah. And so testing that. Not really any selling pressure going on. Good news, 4 hour showing no bearish divergence. Nothing implying that buyers are exhausted here yet. Just hanging out at a level. You break this, you could very well see $24,200. I mean, history's just kind of telling us not much history here. These are all kind of newer levels. But once you broke it for real, July, 18th, you back tested it on the 19th and ran straight up to that 24.2, that December 2020 peak. Sold off, right, straight back down, and then right back up to it. You held on, and then again, 24.2 was very real. So I'm just thinking, you know, as this being a resistance before and above that level, you can go straight up 24.2. That'd probably be the target if you were going to break the level. You haven't yet, or you have not broken 21.7 yet. But the good news is any pullback could be just mild because, again, no bearish divergence, just overbought. I mean, you're definitely at 73. In fact, on the pump, it was the highest RSI in the 4 hour you had received since May 31st. So it's been a while. And, you know, just one thing we do know about, if you can't break the level, historically, most of the time, you see 19,891, right? Because you run up to it. Look at the price action, man. Price action oftentimes is up and down between there. So it's always been about the levels. Okay, but how that triple divergence really played out well to take us here. Just got to wonder what's coming next. And but I've got some good news. Finally, my God, dude. Let's go to the daily. The daily. So yeah, we had the channel. You broke the channel. All right. Whoa, what the? This is crazy. I mean, I posted this to patrons earlier today, and this is really significant. And this is just like, you were bearish. Are you bullish now? You're bearish? You're bullish? Well, there are some things that happened, and it's the 3-day chart that really illuminating. Okay, so daily back above 19,891 for the second time. Yeah, divergence in the end on the daily. And then you go to, here's the 3-day. This is it, okay? This is so incredible potentially, all right? So listen to me, okay? Just hear me out. Oops, what the? Because this is something that happened in the past, you know, it was a 6-day period, all right? Just gonna read it out. So this is what happened in a 6-day period, our most recent 6 days. Not like the past 2 days. Or 1 day. So in a 6-day period, the date of September 4th, when the 3-day candle closed. Hold on, let me wait a sec. Just waiting for the TTS so I can go.
Mitch, Bitcoin 3-day, bullish dragon in formation. First leg at panic close of June. Looks like double bottom.
Thanks for the 5, dude. I'm not really concerned about a dragon. I'm just about to go into what I was talking about, my 3-day argument. Okay, the 3-day chart. All right, so in a 6-day period, September 4th, you know, it was really the, 1st through the 4th, 4th through the 7th, 5th through the 7th, or whatever. Okay, and these two candles. These things happen. Bitcoin made its lowest candle close on the 3-day since December of 2020. That happened. That was reality. It made its lowest monthly RSI ever. That happened. That was reality at the time. And then it also fell back below the 2017 cycle top. All those things were reality when September 4th 3-day candle closed. Do you understand? That's really bad. That's the worst. You're in a lot of trouble if you catch fall through. But on the next 3-day candle, There was a bullish engulfing candle back above the 2017 cycle top. The development of RSI bullish divergence. And you have gotten out of the bearish control zone on the RSI, right? And now a potential double bottom. Not to mention the bullish shark. Those things happened in a 6-day period. The worst, it's over, and now, holy crap, massive statement candle. Sellers exhausted on the RSI now. They were on the MACD histogram that gave us the run from, 20K to 25K before the pullback. But now this is the second test from sellers are testing one more time to see if there's enough of them to push the price to the abyss, 17, 169, 14K, 12K after that. They failed. They failed. Okay, the data presenting itself tells us they have failed. All right. So I would say from it being the worst to possibly the best. That's how it happens, man. That quick in 6 days. You take 6 days off. It's all bearish all year, and then something like this develops. If you miss it, wow, you could miss. Like, you understand if this is real, if this is a real potential double bottom, if this all holds and plays out, and right from here, you could go back down to 19,891 for a back test. That could definitely happen, right? Because when you broke it, you never back tested it, right? So that happens all the time. So either from the breakout point or from where you are now, I would think the target's 28.8. That's 32% upside on Bitcoin. Because look left, okay? Look left, straight up, straight down. Yeah, the neckline of the potential double bottom. I would think, yeah, you would run and test that, of course. But if the second low is real, you break it and you just go to the next level that made any sense. And that's $28.8 to $30,000. So it's either 32%, or if you go for the back test, it could be 44% upside on a back test. It's always been about the levels. 6 days ago, whatever, you were below the level. It was the lowest low in years. You were in trouble. RSI monthly was lowest levels ever. And now, right after that, the next candle, there was no follow through. In fact, it was complete rejection. We've seen stuff like that before. This is such a good example. It was over. Doomed for Bitcoin. July 18th, 2021. It was over, dude. You'd broken supports, all that. You were in trouble. And the next day, what happened? The next day, an engulfing candle back above all the key supports. You were in trouble one day, then the next day, or in 6-day period, right? A 6-day period, it all changed for Bitcoin.
Bearish bat formation at 0.886.
What's up, Marbob? Thanks for the 10. Fiat Head, she tipped the beginning, and he's just talking Dragon. I mean, if you want it, you could look at it like that. Is there a breakout yet? No, that'd be your supply line. Yeah, maybe a dragon. Okay, then there that is your supply line. That is your spine, the spine of the dragon. You have not broken that yet, which is around $22,000. Okay, so if you wanted to plot it like a dragon, go for it, dude. If you wanted a target for it, you're kind of off a little bit already, but not really. You just exceeded the 236 from the previous high to low. All right, so if you were targeting for a dragon, you'd be looking for, I mean, I'm not kidding. If this is a dragon that would perform just adequately, not bad, mildly, decent, like where you'd have an equitable, right, take profit level, a 618, right? That's how it works, man. Like if you have a pattern presented like a falling wedge, we know the traditional profit taking levels of that wedge from the high to low of the structure is a 50% 618. On a dragon, it's a 618 and a 786, and then a 1272 if you were to actually reverse or something like that. I would actually make the third target probably the 886 here, not the 1272. That's like way too hopium because the 886 is such a massive level. So anyway, if this was really a dragon and it was actually going to play out, which I'm never going to act like I know if it's going to play out, right? All we can do is identify potential structural developments. The first target would be 26,750, and the second one, and this is, again, if you see me do dragons, there's nothing different about my targeting here. Nothing. It's the exact same. Silver, the bearish dragon, same targets. Now, the third target on the silver was the 1272, but it made plenty of sense contextually, because that 1272 lined up with an inflection point, and in fact I think it hit it, right? But in this situation, you know, inflection point 886, dude, there's so much chop. I mean, you could still try to target for the 1272 up there, but I just like, it's really tough, man. These market conditions with quantitative tightening, the Federal Reserve, right, interest rates rising, the equities market just not looking hot yet, still in that downtrend. It's tough to be anything but conservative, and this is conservative. This is just normal. Okay, so yeah, bearish 5-0 is still very real right now. In fact, as of today, the bearish 5-0 hit its pattern completion zone. We got a 50% retrace today, not yesterday, the day before. Okay, so that is just a way to look at Bitcoin. If you were trying to trade it, this, believe me though, this is a 3-day, so this ain't gonna, you're not gonna be taking profit for probably a couple weeks, or a few weeks, maybe even a couple months. But there is now hopium, a real hopium, not like Rudy Poo. It's a joke, dude. We could hold, man. We could hold. It's the third valley on the daily. They failed. I mean, this is a stronger argument than the argument presented on July 14th when we broke back above the level and back tested it for the third time. I think this might be a stronger argument. Yeah. You have sellers implying they're exhausted on the relative strength index and you're out of the bearish control zone. I don't know. That was just like kind of, and Scott Carney called me today. We talked for about an hour about all this stuff. We have a very interesting few weeks ahead of us leading up to the Vegas trip. It's coming late September, early October. Yeah, no one said the trend is bullish. But in a downtrend, I am identifying a potential confirmation low. It's there. Like, it wasn't there 4 or 5 days ago. You realize it didn't exist. That's what the whole point. What are people talking about in chat? Hello, do you understand what I just talked about? 3 days ago, 5 days ago, whatever. There was no argument. You were in trouble. You were screwed. The worst thing that happened since December 2020. Lowest prices, lowest candle closes, right? And then rejection of all that. So I'm saying questions should leave you like, I mean, I'm trying to leave you with a little bit of like, oh, I'm understanding now what's happening. Maybe it's a false bearish breakdown for a second time at a key level, which could manifest into a more significant rally. Dude, and you're bearish until you break above 31K, really. All right, so this thing goes up to 28.8. It still makes a lower high than the high from late May. It's still not bullish. But just because you're not in a bull run doesn't mean rallies can't occur. Look at some of these, like the rally, look from this June to February, what was it? January to February, 40% rally, right? Then you go from the low to high, then you had a 41% rally. Rallies happen, man, get over it.
$25. HDR and please Mitch.
What's up, Gunther? Thanks to 25, dude. And supporting the stream above all in these interesting times, right? Where, sellers failed twice. Okay, so let's go to the weekly so you can see it. Better than you think. Right, better than you think. Still in the bearish control zone. But man, I'll tell you, at the beginning of the week, so much trouble. You could be free falling, but the buyers came in to defend it all, and look how we're gonna close. So strong above $20,000, 19,891. So it's all, and it's kind of, you can still kind of see one bottom, a peak, and then a second discernible bottom for now. You can see it on the weekly. So just remember, if it's all about the levels, you're safe technically until Bitcoin falls back below 19,891. Then it's over again. Yeah, then it was just like, it was a joke. You're probably going to 14K easily on the weekly if you're not above 19,891. We weren't above it at the beginning of the week. We are now. Okay, so anyway, that's like your Bitcoin update, man. I was off yesterday. You know, it's college football, dude. Gotta watch Alabama almost lose to Texas. Holy mother of God. All right, let's go to Ethereum. Ethereum that we got an idea here. Okay, look how Ethereum, wow. 1730. You know what this level is. It's so ungodly important. 1730. If you're a viewer of the stream or a member of the community, you know that, right? Well, we went to test it today, and you bounced off of it. You're about $20 up off that. You broke it. You're attempting to back test it as support now. Dang, that's not bad. Not really any bearish divergence. You're in the bullish control zone still. This thing's kind of fine. Even if it falls below 1730, as long as it makes a higher low than 1508, this is still a valid argument for a massive W shape, like a bearish shark. You're just in the midst of C to D, and we know that like takes the longest to get there. So you could just be churning up and down, as long as it makes a higher low than the previous low, right? Locally, it's still valid as an idea. So this is where we could end up at if Bitcoin, decides to break that 21,700 level and runs to 24.2. That's exactly where Ethereum's probably going to end up. 1972, 886, completing the shark, right? One sec. Yeah, okay. Pending bearish bat at 886. 886 bearish bat. Are you talking about what though, Marbob? You gave no context. You didn't even tell me what asset. You're talking about Bitcoin? You said bearish bat? So that's kind of like my idea. If you're above 1730 long enough, this is gonna happen. Because history tells us it does happen every single time. So just pay attention to 1730, 1972, and 1420. Those are your levels. It's always been that way, since they were created. I don't know why this crap's still here. Yeah, this is a failed. It was ugly anyway. It wasn't even by the book. Again, look what you're doing on the daily. You can again see the level being broken yesterday and back tested today. Wow, you for a moment got above 60 on the daily. That's nice. Positive Momo building, no problems here. Again, I'm thinking the 886 would take it in 1972 for a second test, right? First time, no one knows. Market participants might need to push the price up again to just see if the second time we reverse. And it could turn into a much larger harmonic eventually after the merge or something. The merge is coming in like 3 to 5 days. The thing with Bitcoin or with Ethereum is like, long term it is still in a downtrend. Yep, I get it, man. But dang, dude, you held 1420 on July 27th, and then you held it on August 29th. Not once, but twice. And what we know is, for most of the summer, almost all of it, Ethereum has been outperforming the living crap out of Bitcoin. Think about this. Just days ago, the date was September 7th, okay? Bitcoin fell to a price of $18,550, okay? That was only 5% off of the June 18th Black Saturday lows. 5%. Okay. When Ethereum fell to its lowest point that same day, September 7th, it was up 65% off those same effing lows from June 18th. Do you understand? Do you see like how crazy that is? 5% off versus 65% off. Massive outperformer on Ethereum. Still, even since like later Bitcoin dominance started mooning, after that false bearish breakdown, which we can look at. There it is. I mean, this could be everything. This could be the bottom, right? Because it's been a bottom. May of 2018, once, twice, 3 times, 4 times, now maybe 5 times. And it's all happening. Like, the 886 from the low from January 2018 to the top. 886 holding again, range bound, hit the bottom, fell out of the bottom, actually made the lowest level since the first month ever of my streaming career, which was February 2018. That's what you did. Lowest price or lowest percentage dominance, but then massive. You understand? It was a confirmed bearish breakdown. It was, but there was no follow through. In fact, there was immediate rejection. Bitcoin's kind of trying to do that to 19891 for the second time on 3-day. And, you know, engulfing Marabazu indecision yesterday, and now engulfing that indecision candle. And you understand looking left, interesting. Historically, almost literally always minimum going to 43.35%, but most of the time going to 46.77%. Could you imagine? Right? Just why couldn't it do it? Right? Why, if we're identifying this false bearish breakdown and you're near the bottom of it, why could it not go to 46.77% when in fact it's almost only always done that? These are just questions to ask, right? I mean, that's why you maybe watch the stream. I don't know. Some alts doubled. Ethereum over doubled, 130% appreciation in value from its June 18th lows to its highs. We just received, you know, a few weeks ago to a month ago. All right. That's your Bitcoin. Let's go to the weekly on Bitcoin Dominance. I don't know why not. The weekly is closing. Okay, it's going to be a weekly bullish engulfing candle. Buyers are defending this key support. They are defending it again for now until something changes. Yes, they are. And they're not really an edge so much because you're making a higher low than the low. The traders are settling up, you know, right? Last week it wasn't a lower low. So this is just really, you just could understand, right? If it did hold, where it could go based on price action correlation to levels. And the only answer would be 46.77% if it's real. Okay, let's go to Ethereum's weekly. I don't think we did that. Ethereum's weekly, not too crazy. I do love it outside. It's not in the bearish control zone. It's at 46, so it's neutral. But you can clearly see what you're trying to do. You're trying to break back up. So this 30 minutes is a big deal. In 30 minutes, you're about to get a weekly candle close back above that very important level.
Mitch, with rising, is there a possibility this will be a BTC only run and all it's getting wrecked? Thanks, mate.
Could be, or it could just be if Bitcoin's running up, the altcoins perform, they go up too, but just not as well, right? They just don't perform as well. Right, if Bitcoin goes up, altcoins are gonna catch the bids too. That's the way it's always been. But yeah, it's just very interesting, you know, to see it there. And it's like, one thing we know is if that's happening, if Bitcoin's confirming a bottom above 19,891 on the weekly and the 3-day, and there's bullish divergence on the 3-day, like, hey man, might be a good place to take a bet on Bitcoin, right, for higher prices. But again, like before the engulfing candle in 3-day, it was the worst thing ever. It was like, this is awful. If we catch follow through, and before I could even say the sentence of before we catch follow through, complete rejection. Bitcoin rejected a bearish breakdown, but not once, but twice. And it took all summer for that. So, okay. This is tough, man, because you're like, oh man, I can't be bullish on crypto below 19,891. I can't be bullish on total below 960. What we just did was the worst thing you could possibly do if there's any follow through. There wasn't a follow through. Okay, well, now all of a sudden there's optimism, cautious optimism again, that we could have. We literally could. I mean, Ethereum closing above 1730 is always unbelievably good. Incredible, in fact. My God, could you imagine this being a C point, an X, an A, a B, and then a C, a very, very, you know, a very, very shallow wave structure already pivoting and going for the C to D, which would take, dude, you don't even want to know. It would make you too euphoric. I don't want to bring it up yet because it'd be crazy. So like, think about the performance, man. Like Bitcoin did this. Bitcoin did this. And Ethereum had so much demand and not enough sellers or supply, right? That it couldn't do what Bitcoin did. It was too strong. In fact, so strong that all it could do was spring above the previous cycle's top and then run and then back test that previous cycle's top and regard it as support again. It did it once. It did it back in February of 2021. And when it actually did not break and held, look what actually happened after, right? That price action you received once in history right here, look what you're doing now. You're trying to do very similar, if not identical, stuff, and it all is at a level that's very important. Don't you agree? Very important.
Could you look at WBTC/Uniswap on 4 hours? $126,518,714, 24 hours volume. Would you trust this chart? Looking at that 4 hours gap, the only worry I have is the daily bearish div on ETH/BTC. Shows that BTC is going to take over from here potentially. Love the streams.
Hang on, thanks, dude. Oh no, I mean, definitely looking at Bitcoin dominance, I could understand that. Yeah, Ethereum and Bitcoin probably has bearish divergence. It's been killing it, right? But now, you know, Bitcoin dominance is telling us Bitcoin's about to kill it. Whether Bitcoin dumps and then the altcoins get wrecked even more, or Bitcoin pumps and the altcoins just underperform, Bitcoin dominance is telling us one of those things is coming. It's implying that. Okay, so, you know, it's like Bitcoin starts taking over, right? But Ethereum just catches the residual of Bitcoin taking over and doing really well. Okay, then it meanders on up. It doesn't do as well short term, but it's going to get to 1936 or whatever, you know, like, but Bitcoin goes harder, right? Bitcoin's up 6%, and then Ethereum's only up 3% that day, right? Or 10% on Bitcoin again. And then you saw it just recently, right? Bitcoin went up 11%, Ethereum went up 4%, 5%, stuff like that.
Some point. No rush.
Oh, what's up, Real Estate Goose? Thank you, man, for the 20 super chat. Yeah, we'll look at CVX. No problem, man. Yeah, we can do a poll. Why not? The double bottom poll, right? Is Bitcoin confirming a midterm bottom, right? Because, you know, like I was saying, it could bottom here and run and even go to 28.8 and still be in a downtrend because it hasn't broken that level. So we'll say a midterm bottom. Is Bitcoin confirming a midterm bottom? Isn't that, y'all think that's a good poll, right? So give me a couple yeses or nos. I'm just trying to make them yes and nos because it's like, why not, you know? Is Bitcoin confirming midterm bottom? Yeah, like just see them like, okay. There is your poll. Go cast your votes. Exercise your right to vote or something. You have to show photo ID. Do you want to participate in this poll, Cabot? Thank you. All right, so we're just looking at, let's total. Didn't play it.
I like turtles.
No body bags today. Actually currently right at this supply line of this channel, unlike Bitcoin that kind of broke it already. I like the respect there so far. There is no bearish divergence, okay, none, just bullish convergence, and just kind of sitting at this high of 1.03 trillion, which seemed to be, if you were breaking back above 960, that was the target short term, and you know, it was the high, or the low from May 12th. You didn't actually quite touch that yet, which is 1.035. You never actually touched it either on August 25th. So that's a level. I would think if you ever broke that, you could understand. This one has just a little more controversy here. Like you see, there are definitely like peaks here, like 1.07 and 1.1 trillion. You can clearly see that's real. But just looking at it like that, you would think that that's probably where it's headed. If this is real, then we could see 1.07 trillion to 1.1 trillion up there, those levels, okay? At least on the 4 hour or something, right? About the weekly, let's look at weekly, man. This is just literally, this has always been perfect like this on the weekly, where it actually, to the Jesus, touched that peak, from January 2018. It was so unreal, and you've never seen that again. And what's so absolutely fascinating about total market cap on the weekly is look at that 200-week moving average, chat. Do you see the perfect Jesus touch of that? Okay, springing back, testing the springer. Or going to the Muna and the Juna, or whatever it is, the song, you know, from the 20s. A higher low, double bottom possibly. Still just right below the, just in the bearish control zone by like a point or less. But you get it, right? I mean, we're talking a target of 1.2 trillion on the weekly if Bitcoin's bottoming out and stuff, you know. Oh, wow. Okay. I think it was good to take a day off so I don't get burnt out doing this. It gets sometimes mind-numbing. But hey, the time I was gone, Dex, JR, and Andreas B, thank y'all for joining the Patreon. 2 of y'all join monthly, but let's get double Jesus chimes because Andreas B, thanks so much for joining the annual Patreon. Let's go, dude. Single best way to join or to support the community, the team that are behind the scenes with me, joining annually. And you got to understand, like, you got to know, like, there are going to be some months that are better than others, right? Because we know that there's consolidation phases and there are impulse phases. We've been consolidating on significant time scales since the summertime. But now something really interesting's happened. So it's like, you know, but when you're crashing, there's not going to be much opportunity because there's no consolidation. But there just was consolidation, so there just was opportunity. So it's like if you're an annual patron, you know that. You're like, okay, some months are going to be better than others. Some months are going to represent great opportunity, unbelievable, and then there are going to be some months where you're impulsing. It's not going, you know, it's like you have to wait for the development of structures so we can potentially trade them. It's just very interesting here, Bitcoin. The 3-day is the most intriguing here. No, I'm not bullish. I'm just, look, right? Below 19,891, I can't be bullish. Above 19,891, I can represent cautious optimism. And I say that I'm not going full on bullish because I know the trend we've been in is lower highs, lower lows. But something finally is coming where if you're above that level, I can be optimistic, but I'm going to be cautious. But I also can be really cautiously optimistic because what I know about double bottoms, what I know about one time being a reaction, second time is the reversal. This could be a reversal low at the most important level you could imagine, right? How ironic, where it's happening. So I'm just saying, right? There's no hyperbole, man. It's just probabilities, and it's about the levels. It's about, you know, other variables too. And one other variable is really good here. I know it never got to oversold again, but you got a low. You actually got a lower low, a candle close that was lower September 4th. But then immediate engulfing candle. So that is divergence and out of the bearish control zone. So all you gotta know is below 19,891, not bullish. Above it, cautiously optimistic, especially now. You could be cautiously optimistic above it July 14th, 15th, right? We were, because it was like 3 times you tried and you failed and you back tested as support. Okay, there could be a rally ensuing here. It did, and it's pretty crap. We only got 1 of the 3 targets of that trade setup. But now, if I'm identifying something on a more significant time scale, this potentially could be very good. Yeah, thanks for the patrons again, Andreas. Big time, dude. Wow, it's all world. And then, you know, just the other one, right? Just the other look that we've been doing on Bitcoin. That, man, we caught it right before, like the day before. This right here, man. I mean, that was just it's been aforementioned today, pretty much. And now here you are, just sitting at a 50% retrace from the high to low. Could be the bearish 5-0s. You know, completion zone. But as you can see, just locally, this high here is being tested and not broken yet. But if you do break it, I just don't know why you couldn't eventually see 24.2 again for a test. I mean, it's brilliant. It's perfect for now. You can get a type 2 return, and that's what that's what I was saying earlier. How it could eventually, you know, wherever it does, come for some. If you got something like that, it would be a dream state. It would be literally everything you could ask for a bottom. Okay, I don't even think that. So this is going to be extremely similar, not perfect, but very, very similar to the type of bottom we received in 2018, 2019. The Gartley, the legendary Gartley, identified, hit a 786. In fact, hit an 83% retrace, a 1414 fib extension, and that was it, man. Like you never even. I mean, you were just spending time here. You could probably gone the 4 hour to see maybe a type 2, but barely. And it's just like this massive engulfing and never again. And that's what ushered in the bottom and took us to 14K. So I'm just saying, you know, it's a shark, so it's not as like, you know, there's always questions about the bearish 5-0, but it's just interesting, right? This is how bottoms can be ushered in. This is a 150% retrace. This is very close, man. This is certainly an M shape. I don't care if you call it a shark or not. This is certainly an M shape that completed at an 88% retrace and all happening at an inflection point. This is very valid. This is very real.
I struggle with consistency in my life, so the fact that you're still here after years, man, I appreciate you, dude.
Real Estate Gurus, thanks for the freaking 40, man. The 40 super chat on the day. Thank you, dude. Consistency or persistence. My God, the best quote ever. Calvin Coolidge, y'all know it. You know, it's in that movie too. But should we just do this since you said that? Let's just do it. Sunday motivation, okay? And you know, most of y'all I'm sure have heard it, especially in the community. But okay, nothing in this world can take the place of persistence. Talent will not. Nothing is more common than unsuccessful men with talent. Genius will not. Unrewarded genius is almost a proverb. Education will not. The world is full of educated derelicts. Persistence and determination alone are omnipotent. Yeah, man. There's also a really good Bear Bryant short video. What he talks about stuff like this, working harder than your opponents, that may be better than you, might be smarter than you, might be stronger than you. Maybe we should look at that too for a second. Dude, I did the update, man. The update was freaking amazing, right? This is a 2-minute clip, dude. A 2-minute freaking clip. You want to spend 2 minutes of your life, possibly, I don't know, listening to something you never listened to before that makes a lot of sense and the way you should maybe look at things too with your own life, especially if you're competing against people, right?
Now, here's why you can win. Little things, and we'll be talking with you about little things as long as you're here.
Just wait.
On little things and a little something extra. Now, let's just suppose that we say that the maximum ability one can have is 100. That's the way we'll approach it. And let's say here I am, someone that really only has, based on that 100, a 75% or 75 ability. And here over here is someone that has 85 that I'm going to play against. Now, it takes everyone, but this is just for you as an individual. Now, on Saturday, about virtue of the fact that you have paid the price, you've learned those lessons, you work on the little things, you are willing to give a little extra. Although you only have 75% ability, you play a little over your head, and we expect you to. Okay, you play, and you'll be an 85 player that day. Now, here's another man over here that's playing against you. Now, this could happen. It don't always happen. That maybe he hasn't played the prize. Maybe he hasn't learned those lessons. Maybe he's not as dedicated as you are. And he doesn't play as well as he's supposed to play. And he falls off 10%, or he falls off 10. He only plays 75. And that's just to illustrate my point. Then you, because of your preparation and the things I'm trying to get across to you, you can beat him because you paid 85. And if we do that as a team, 11 at a time, well, 4 years from now, why, you'll be walking out of here as a national champion. And I'll tell you this, I expect nothing less.
All right, so, 2 minutes of your time, like, oh my God, dude, oh, football. It's like, get over it. That's like a valuable lesson. That's about life, man. That's like everything in life, dude. There are going to be people smarter than you, better than you, right? Have more skills than you. They have more experience than you. And then if you put in the work, they may not. So on any given day, you might be able to defeat them because of the work you put in, right? So that's it, man. All right. When do I ever do that? So just give me a break. All right. Dude, I want market analysis every second. Okay. You got it, man. You got like a good 45 minutes of market analysis. Pretty decent. So we haven't even gotten off Bitcoin, Ethereum, Bitcoin dominance really yet. So what's also interesting here, okay, getting back to markets, is look at the DXY on the weekly. I know, I get it. Just another day, another week. Someone attempting to say that there might be a top on the DXY. Someone look at this, okay? It's crazy. And somebody, I mean, you're talking, how you see the triple bearish divergence on the US dollar on the DXY? Yeah, I saw it. Mark Stoops. Yep. That was a dude, Levis. He'll be playing Sunday. Quit, man. That guy is beautiful. Like the way how smooth he is as a quarterback. He's incredible, dude. So, yeah, Stoops, deservingly so, broke Bear Bryant's record at Kentucky yesterday. Yes. But you'll see this. I mean, that's so real. And I guess RSI is the same, right? Jeez. Triple bearish divergence on the weekly, RSI and MACD histogram. Woo. Dang, dude. Let's go, Ross. Let's go. Thanks for the 100, man. Dang.
Ross tipped $100. RMFT.
That's right. Rule mother frickin' Todd. Thank you, dude. Kinks. Ross, do you see this too? I mean, you just wonder. I mean, like, it may not play out, but my God, if this isn't the most mature, developed divergence you could ever see on a weekly chart, man. I mean, kind of just up thrusting through the 1976 level, which when Bear Bryant was at Alabama. All right, but yeah, you just see this one peak from 74 at 109.35. Another one at 110, but so far you're still above it and all that. It's just intrigued. Hold on, we got sirens. God. Okay. Anyway, so yeah, just keep that in mind. If the DXY is dropping, you understand it is the denominator of everything for the most part, especially crypto. You know it is for crypto. So it's like, that's really good for what's developing on the 3-day for Bitcoin. You get it? Bitcoin dominance. DXY, you're starting to use multiple charts now to think about your potential argument for upside. If this thing's doing that, we know the rule of 3. Dang, man. I wouldn't put it past the DXY to finally pull back some. My God, they're just doing circles around the freaking block, dude. They finally stop. Okay, so we have 7 minutes till your weekly daily candle close. If you're enjoying the live stream, the like button, the bell, that sub. You know, in 7 minutes, Bitcoin's 4-hour candle close. It'll be the highest one you could believe since August 19th. That's huge. Talking almost, what's that, 7-week high is on Bitcoin's 4-hour. With the DXY looking exhausted. Buyers exhausted, man. If that's not exhaustion, nothing is. Okay. And what's kind of also interesting is you think about, look at the waves, right? Man, what a wave, dude. Then the pullback, then the wave, and the pullback. But then the wave, it's like capital W, AVES, right? And then capital W, and then AVES. And then no caps on this wave. So the shortening of thrust, right? Like you see the power of the wave, right? It's much smaller than the previous wave. And then, you know, both of those waves are a joke compared to the first wave, the initial wave. Whoops. Right? Jokes compared to that first one. So shortening of thrust. 1 wave, 2 waves, 3rd wave. And it's so weak right now, man. All right? Just go back to Bitcoin. Because, I mean, might as well just do an extended look on the 8s here, right? With us being in power hour and breaking above 21.7.
Hey, how's we look at Pulse Doge Malone coin chain? I have a feeling this Beanie Baby might break out in a moon mission. What are your thoughts? Thank you.
What's up, Kush Blunts, dude? I don't know. We'll look at it, okay? We will certainly look. Kings, dude. All right, so 4-hour high. So we're at the highs of this 4-hour candle. This is a 50% retrace from that high to low. 21.862, 21.8 right now, and climbing again, breaching this high. Began, I mean, it was the first time ever, June 21st, and then correlation only after. You're trying to break that, and what we know is, you know, you could up thrust and stuff, but a lot of times, man, down and up and down and up and then down. There could be a lot of upside. I'm just saying, right? So more sirens, dude. My God. And what I love about it is just there is no bearish divergence. So your first wave, and you're not even pulling back. You're just kind of up sloping. We're the sellers. Sellers may have relented. Well, I mean, the sellers certainly did relent when buyers defended the 2017 cycle top. Hold on. Wow, dude. Wow. Okay. All right, so just at a key level, if you break it, there could be, you know, kind of upside above this level for real. You know, good 11% upside to go test that same level. Man, completing a shark here. Or an M shape. This is certainly an M shape, okay. What is it doing, dude? Wow, man, this someone must just died right outside somewhere. They just kept doing circles. Okay, 3 minutes. So I'll just do premature. So we got a poll going. If you're just tuning in, be sure to cast your vote. About 535 of y'all have voted. And the question was, if you watched the beginning of the stream, is Bitcoin confirming a midterm bottom? Midterm. Not long-term, because we know the trend's long-term bearish right now still easily. Short-term, interesting. I think we're in this kind of estuary, this transition. We're not really sure here because we just completed an M-shape wave structure, right? Complex wave structure, and had a really nice bounce. Two minutes, running out the clock. But yeah, again, so from the high point to the low point, bearish 5-0 completion zone, you're at it. Literally, like to the T, you can see 50%.
Dude, do you live in a Biden state with no law and order? The sirens are out of control. Can you check out AVAX? Thanks, man.
So Thousand Mountain. No, dude, those are not cop sirens. Those are like ambulances and fire trucks. They're not cop cars. And also, you know, if you live in the dead middle, like I am the dead middle of downtown. So it's like, and I'm up, you know, top floors. It's just there's a fire station a couple blocks away, right? It's just that they leave, they turn on the sirens, and they go, dude. So anytime there's like a problem, you know, an emergency, I'm gonna start hearing those sirens, you know. So okay, so we go to Ethereum real quick to see it's closing. What a close, man! My God, hit a low of 1718, and now is at 1764. That is what we call a very successful back test. Very successful. Are you kidding me? Rejecting lower prices below a key inflection point from history, and we know above this level long enough, 13 to 20% upside from here. Yes, lots of upside from here on Ethereum. If this is real. Like from where you are now, there's still 11% upside to 12% upside, all the way up to potential 15 to 16% upside. Yep. And that would be perfect. It would make plenty of sense to complete a bearish shark, a W wave structure, right? No, bulls are not cocky right now. There's no cockiness from bulls. But for you to just be a market participant and to just ignore on the 3-day what's just happened in the past 6 to 9 days, you're just being perma-bearish. It was the worst thing that could have ever possibly happened September 4th, just about. And then the next day, complete rejection of all that bad. That's like literally how bottoms get put in. This is exactly how stuff like this, on Bitcoin anyway. Okay. Oh no, man. Oh no, bearish engulfing candle, September 2021, right? But then you held it for 9 days. An inflection zone, right? And then 69K. All right, Jesus chimes. We did it. We did it. A new week. And it was a strong one. It was a strong close for crypto, for sure. Closed near the highs of the week, pretty much at them. And anything above 19,891, you can be cautiously optimistic here, okay? Cautiously optimistic. Not full on bullish, man. You were bullish. None of that. That's hyperbole. That's moonboy. That's ignorant and stupid, okay? Cautious optimism. And how did Bitcoin dominance close the week? Massive engulfing candle, closed at the highs of the week. This is incredible. What a massive development on Bitcoin dominance on the weekly. It was over, dude. You were breaking supports and then engulfing. Strong close in the week. Above the bottom of the range. Mr. Bio Skunk, yeah, man. When candles like that close, they could usher a new price action, right? I don't think the bears got bamboozled so much as they had been in full control of the market for 9 months. 9 month full control. And now something magical has happened on the 3-day and the weekly, I think. So we can, if you want to, let's take a look at our futures. S&P 500 futures on the weekly. You had a bullish engulfing candle to close last week, right up against an inflection point. And that's all we have, really. That's all we have, really, right now. That's a good candle. If you pivot here and you rally and you were to ever take a higher high than 4,300, my God, you're starting to reverse here. But that hasn't happened yet, so we need to see more. Yeah, a little bit of hidden bullish divergence. And yeah, if you're above 4,058, 4,065, you could go to 4,200 easily, because that's all that happens historically inside that zone. So let's just see. 3 days in a row, 3 good candles. All right, this is the futures. Here's your Dow Jones futures bouncing off 31,280. That's nice. That's really nice. Some Class C hidden bullish divergence pretty much. In between this level, though, in this zone, you could go to 33K from here. You know, that's what it could do. Or if it came for a back test to 31,280 again, that would be unbelievable. That would be crazy good. But yeah, for now, you know, good start, and it was up. You know, you were up on at the beginning of the new week. Opened about 2 hours ago. Russell 2000 futures. You broke the supply line. You almost back tested it. My God, you could have. Hidden bullish divergence. Class A hidden bullish divergence on this one. And look where you are, 1896. If you can break that, I mean, easily 2024, then 2100 after that. So we had a breakout. You broke the supply line, and you're trying to work on a higher low here. And you had a higher high. So all of a sudden, you made a high, then the lower low. Crap. Lowest low of the downtrend. Then a higher high than the previous high. Now maybe a higher low than the previous low. Interesting. We got to start paying attention to the futures, at least on Russell 2000. Okay. When you start doing higher highs, higher lows consecutively, that's trend. That's a trend reversing, right? So trying to work on some interesting things here on this one with a discernible edge. And then just your NASDAQ futures. Same situation. Class A hidden bullish divergence. When you're above 12,438 on this one, I feel pretty good. I mean, I'm thinking if you're above this level long enough, you could very well see 13.9 to 14K. So it's just all about the levels that you're currently back above when it got scary when you fell below it. Okay. Yeah. Anyway, man, I've been live for an hour now. You know, let me get through. There are a couple requests. Couple requests, man. Let me knock those out. Like 2 requests, I think. So. Literally the first request was Pulse Malone to his chain. I still have problems here. I'm still like, I can't like this right now. I don't like the way it looks locally. There is no edge discernible on the daily. You're not at deep retraces yet. I don't like it below 450 and 488. I don't like the bearish back test you got. I don't like it making lower highs locally. I don't like this thing maybe to 180 or $1. Right, like 180, clearly, right? That's inflection. History tells us that's an area where it has held and reversed. So I wouldn't want to own this asset after buying climax like that and the local price action until it gets back down there. And if we test it and hold, we'll talk. But I can't like this asset technically right now. It's still making higher lows, but just doesn't look good here. And it's kind of in the it's random in coin flip territory. I would wait for an 886. An 886, man. Like a bullish alternate bat from the X, the A, the B, the C, and the D. And yeah, it's a little, I would actually want a 95% retrace. I mean, I get it. There's an 886 right here. You haven't hit it yet, But my God, if we get to $1.93, man, that would be like epic. Epic levels. Oh no, why the... Okay, I had a bunch of new subs that kind of clogged up my my Stream Elements feed. I'm sorry about that. Yeah, HDRN for Gunther was first. Yeah, sorry. I don't know, they're in the same family, right? Hedron, Pulse, Melos, Doge, Chain Coin. They're the same, kind of. All right, yeah, nice parabolic run. If you're above 32 to 34,000, and I know it's not that, I know it's literally to the US dollar, it's just worthless. If you're above that, you're okay. We were talking about if I get a second test of this level, it'd be amazing. If you got an edge on it, if you go to 32,500 again, a pivot and rally, it could be confirming a bottom here, right? Look, you confirmed it as a top here, right? One time, two times, then rolled over. Okay, what we're looking for, like it did that before. One time, no knows. Second time, everyone knows. Before it runs up. One time, no one knows. Maybe the second test, everyone knows, and we run again. But for now, it's kind of like you would want to wait for a little bit more downside on this. And we really want to be paying attention to the 32.6 to 34,000 level to see if we can get some sort of confirmation low. We don't have it yet. We just have one low. No one knows. Maybe you get second low. Then everyone knows. Okay. So that's what I got for now on this one, you know. It's kind of like descending broadening wedge behavior. If you look at the daily, this is what you can see, the parabolic nature of the asset so far. And more hidden bullish divergence could potentially develop, but just not yet. It's just still building negative Momo, so maybe a second test. Maybe even test that curved line. Holy crap, right? Trying to make this like a lot more pinpoint. Oh, okay. Yeah, something like that. So it's okay for now. Just let's see what we can do. All right, sorry about that, Gunther, man. Again, like they're just a bunch of like so-and-so subbed your channel and push things down. Okay, let me make sure. Bob didn't give, I mean, he said something, but it was like hard to really decipher. All right, for anonymous, WBTC to USDC. That's it, man. Try to put those in caps. DC, right? Yeah. And he said the exchange too. Nice. No, wait, hold on. Uniswap. There it is. Never been to this particular chart before. Well, this one doesn't have, I mean, you know, wrapped Bitcoin to the US dollar coin. It's like the same chart, isn't it? Without the previous cycle top. So it's just holding on. It's just, it's the same Bitcoin chart. It's the same shark or M shape. It's the same divergence. It's the same everything. So what's he asking though? But I trust this chart. It literally just follows Bitcoin. So I don't know. I mean, you have to ask you can do your own research on an exchange or a derivative. This is an actual derivative of Bitcoin that tracks Bitcoin's performance, right? That's all it is. So I don't know, man. You had a low, and this one's a little different. Like on Bitcoin, I know for a fact, traders settled up on the daily lower August 30th than they did June 18th. So it is actual divergence. This one might be a little different. I don't really care. I feel like care about spot price than wrap Bitcoin to the US dollar coin on Uniswap. There it is, Anon. Wait, no. Yeah, anonymous. CVX for real estate use. Hello? It's gotta be a better one, right, than this? No? Maybe KuCoin or something? No. I think this is the most. I can't, like, do you have an exchange, man? Do you have an exchange? Because this is the, like, the one I looked through several, and this was the one with the most data. Clearly not making a full reset like Bitcoin was, right? June 18th low. It's outperforming Bitcoin, certainly. And I can't. There's nothing else looking left. You can use the trading view. What does that mean? I am using the trading view right now, dude. I'm talking about exchange that facilitates the buys and sells. I'll tell you one thing that it is doing locally is this candle high close from June 24th is being regarded as support and support, not once but twice. I would always be cautious on something that looks like that because, man, you roll over and you see an 886 and then it's an awesome harmonic. Give me an exchange if you want more data. This might be all the data. Hello? Go say Goose, you there? Okay. Finance chart. Oh. Yeah, but I guess there's more data here. December 2021. It's an all-time lows. It's really like crap, dude, right? I mean, it's just one of those where it's like, hey, man, if Bitcoin goes up, this will probably go up too. But it's just one where it's not a strategic entry area. It's not like XLM was. It's, you know, where I could see a key level, see a harmonic completing, divergence, right? Oh yeah, easily strategic, where at a level like this, I could enter and take a stop, set up a stop loss and let it ride to the next level. It's not at one of those. It's kind of, you know, it reminds me of Zcash. Okay, so there was a potential good entry here. This is already discussed, so it's a little late now. There were others that, like OMG was kind of, it was close to the level, you know, it was completing a shark, bullish divergence. Okay, all right, type 2 return. All right, reasonable for strategizing. Mana was kind of interesting, right? Because it was at that level, reasonable to enter, set a stop loss and profits, take profits. But then there are other ones like CVX, and then also like Zcash, where it's like, it was really tough because you were bottoming out kind of randomly and it wasn't at the bottom. You're looking for assets buy low, sell high, right? This was buy medium-ish, not really low. So having a stop below this low, what if it stops you out and goes a little bit lower, then pivots, then rallies, right? So that's the interesting silver lining, I think, of the past couple months and now currently, where you do not have cryptos created equal. Some are showing the exact things taught here, the whole system, right? And then there are many that aren't, right? So Zcash kind of tougher, you know, to determine where to enter, stop loss, take profits. But then ones that I've already looked at, like what about DOT? You know, DOT was incredible, like where it was undeniable. It was the best one that I've seen of all of them. Like doing the higher low accumulation stuff, the shark, at the PCZ, pattern completions of the shark, you type 2 return, broke a supply line, bullish divergence on the second, on the type 2 return. And yeah, it's not really performed that great. I mean, like, you know, it's awesome off the low, but like this should be the bottom if it's really going to go. And you've got a target for $10, $10.41 eventually if this is real. Okay, so it's just some better than others. Some not. And be sure to join the Discord if you haven't. It's where the conversation continues when this live stream inevitably ends, which it always will, but I'll always be back. But join that so you get notified when I go live, because YouTube notifications will fail you. That's a certainty. Nothing's certain on charts, but YouTube certainly will not notify you when I go live at a random time. Also, Jay, man, thanks for tuning in. How'd you find the stream? Was it recommended, or did someone talk about it, or what happened, man? How does that go? if you're wondering, total did actually kind of break and close the week above the 200 moving average on the 4-hour and broke the supply line and closed above it. That's pretty cool. But you're just at a point where a pullback consolidation could occur because it's overbought and might just whatever. Came to top search on YouTube when you were looking for someone live this time. Nice, dude. Nice. I'm glad I was there. Fantastic, dude. Thank you for letting me know. And then there were others, like GRT, right? Had the makings of a varsity athlete. The 886, the Type 2 return. Then just, oh yeah, just a little stop hunting. But what happened? Was there follow through? No, it was right back above that 10-cent area. What is that? It's not a joke, man. It's literally everything on this chart. It was the lowest price ever in December of 2020. That level right there to the 10th of a cent. You held it 3 times. And that level just happened to be confluent with the completion zone of the shark. And the triple divergence was ushered in. And now, look what you did yesterday. Highest price since August 18th. You know, it's not perfect, but my God. Yeah, if you join the Discord, we have a resources tab where we have all kinds of book recommendations on how to get started. You know, like, remember, or just for people that don't know, this stuff is stuff I learned from people who put their life's work into it. I'm not making this up. I'm not winging it. I went by the book. I've been studying these books for a very long time. So it's just like, TA's fake. It's like, all right, yeah, go ahead and discount tons of geniuses that put their life's work into this. And I am just the conduit from them to you, doing all I can, right? To teach you their ways before I'm gone, right? Because a lot of them are gone. Some are still around. Let's go, Stray. Hype in the chat. For Goldman. In some ways, right? Yeah, dude. So, like, this one was, like, way more amazing than others we've seen, right? Like H-bar was okay, but it was also had problems. But look at this. Do you understand what's just happened on H-bar? Buyers, like, it was a bearish breakdown. It was over for H-bar. But market participants, they defended the 6-cent level. 886, really 100% in the end. But it didn't invalidate this. And it got back above 6 cents, and that's what you need to know. Like, it may fail this time because the market conditions are awful and we are in a recession and life's bad. Things are awful. Quantitative tightening, all that, right? But in any market condition where it's not that bad, this is opportunity, right? For a swing trade, for a long, that in the target would be up at the 7.5 to 8 cent area. It's just, it may not play out this time because the context is so bad. The global economy is so awful. Great reset, you know, you're going to eat the bugs. Maybe it's not going to play out this time. But in other market conditions, you've seen it. You've seen what's happened. They've ushered in insane reversals. 300% upside, you know, on some times when these present themselves like this. Luna, Kenneth, remember, it's like right here, like for reasons, you know, and in the description. No offense. You know, it's like I can't, because if I did, then all of a sudden everyone will start tipping. Then it'd be like $9, $7, $3. And it's a quality control thing, man. Because during the height of it, the euphoria, you don't understand how many people request S coins, scams like Luna. They'd be like, look at SafeMoon, dude. Look at this coin that in 6 months will rug pull literally everybody involved with it. Look at this one. That's what happens during the boom time. So we set rules for that. There he is. Dang, man. Going above and beyond. Doubling. Come on, thank you, man. Holy crap. But yeah, we'll look at Luna. You got an exchange? Because, I mean, or you want Lunk, you know, classic, or we'll look at it. I'll do what I can. Yeah, look at Dentacoin, man. Whew. Okay, so we're just looking at some of these are just like unbelievable. At inflection points, right? You flip the chart over. After such a run, man. Oh my, look at this run, this bull run. Would you really want to be taking fresh longs up here? You wouldn't want to be longing here. This is the best area to take profit and exit or go short, because this is what things look like oftentimes on all markets before they reverse. You just flip the chart over to gain a little context, right? Or to a little different look. And it's like, dang, man, why would you ever want to long that? Ugh, you've missed everything if you were trying to long. You missed the entire effing run. What are you going to try to do? Go long now? That's crazy. Even if it fails, that's insane. All right, let's think that was it until the next ones. Yeah. Yeah, it's Luna. Yeah, Luna's next. Luna to US dollar, I guess, on something on Binance, or do you have an exchange? Because I don't know. This is a scam, dude. Like, it's a legit scam, failed coin. Perspective is the word, yeah. Dude, when you look at something like this, I mean, this is all I can really do. I don't know. You didn't tell me an exchange, so I'm just going to look at one. So this thing was range bound after collapsing because it was a scam. People's lives were ruined. But when it broke 256, you can clearly see that was the resistance set up. When you broke it, straight up, straight down. So straight up again. Let's say Bitcoin above 19,891 eventually could see 28.8. Bitcoin below 19,891 long enough could see 17.1, 14K. Bitcoin above 30K could easily see 40K because historically price action correlates by going straight up and straight down. That's why you have to be cautiously optimistic above 19,891. One time, no one knows. Second time, we just confirmed a bottom possibly on Bitcoin. So you don't have much. I mean, up here you have this 624 to 712 area. Oh, looky here. Listen, you're holding. I mean, for now, but the party, that was it, man. Like, you broke a resistance and you went straight to the next resistance, and it's up insane amounts. So there's nothing to do here for me, right? We're looking for assets that look like look like HNT, that look like DOT, that look like maybe XLM, right? We're looking for things that have hit a bottom. We can strategize an entry near a critical stop loss area, right? Like an inflection point. We're not looking for assets that have already pumped. So it's like, I appreciate the contribution, but we're really looking for people to be requesting assets when they look like, DOT is such a good example. When assets are like doing, they're hitting supports for a second time and we're continuing to diverge and we're at the harmonics completion zone. These are the best requests. Mr. Stewart. Anyway, still can't break that 200 moving average. It may fail. It may be trash. But as long as it sells off, if it just makes a higher low than these two lows, it doesn't matter where it goes. It could go to $7 and pivot and then make a third low. I don't care. As long as it keeps making higher lows, it's fine. As long as it stays above 668, 685, which we know. What is that? There it is. Stays above that, you're in great shape for massive upside. Eventually $10, 1040. I mean, you're at a take profit level if that's the case. And it'd be always good when you're tipping to look at it to tell me what's happening with you. If you were in it and you own it, you've hit a profit taking level clearly because it's an inflection point. That's where people take profit. That's why it hasn't blasted through it. People have been selling and selling and selling at that $7 area, and it's below it right now. So there's nothing to do. Either take profit or not longing it, because it's just FOMO buying if you're buying it, right? There's no edge. It's just gambling. All right, so we got that poll going. We have about 800 votes so far. Fantastic. Is Bitcoin confirming a midterm bottom? 64% of y'all say yes. 36% of y'all say no. We're not putting in a midterm bottom. Okay. So about 2/3 of y'all think we are. Oh, nice. Had some new members joining the Discord. Amen. Again, there's the link. You do not want to not be in the Discord. I mean, imagine liking this stuff and not participating in a community that loves this stuff too.
Super chat is
Dude, let's go.
Hello, sir. Can we look at Mara? THX a lot.
THX a lot to you too, man. Thank you, Vincent. for the 100 Canadian dollars. Yes, we will look at it like right now. Yeah, man. Wow. A mining stock. Miners killed it last week at the end. Marathon up 6.79% on Friday, but up way more than that. Mara. So look what it did. I mean, the TA was certainly respected when it broke 2065 straight down to the next zone, 625, $4, and that's a reflexive rally right there. You didn't spend much time, creating a structure, right? Straight down and almost straight up to 2065 again, was just a little shy. Looks like, it hit that X point, that May 7th, 2021 low. Hey, look, dude, it's a bullish arc. Hey, man, wait a second. Key level from 2016. Wait a second. Mara created an M shape after drawing down, pivoted, and look what manifested after the harmonic, after the sharp. Insanity. Bitcoin's doing something like that right now. It may fail, of course. But for now, you're looking at this, there's not much I can really see here. I mean, you're not at an inflection point. There's no way to strategize an entry right now. It just happened to hold 1090, which isn't much of a support or resistance anywhere. I mean, it's like one time I think it held January 2021. The big levels are 625 and 2065. In between, it's, look, you can tell, straight down, up, down, up, down, up. There's nothing in between. So if you're in the dead middle of an inflection zones, inflection points, you're just flipping a coin on where it goes next. It's really tough. The closer you are to 625 or $4, the closer you are to a strategic entry area. The closer you are to $20.65, the closer you are to potential low risk short entry on a downtrend, right? So if you break that level, it could happen, destroyed. It is. Tenderfoot. Hold on to that reality, man. It's important. A lot of delusion these days, right? A lot of... I think that's just life's been too good for too long in the West. Morality has collapsed. And, right? Freedom without morality turns into degeneracy. And you see where that's gotten us now. Wow. People worshiping the state, the government now, pretty much. More government good, says the really stupid person. More government good. You're an idiot. More IRS agents good, dude. Imagine saying that, dude. But hey, at least all those people that got their underwater basket weaving degrees are going to have a job, right? It's going to be auditing you, just the normal person. Awesome, dude. So excited. Sorry, man. Mara is not at it is not at a strategic entry area. When you request something, my favorite requests from somebody are going to be when they're at a strategic entry area with an edge, with a structural development that is favorable for upside. Right? Those are the best requests. Though I love all of them because each time you tip me for a request, it's supporting the stream. You can get an A on that for supporting the stream, but you can get an A plus when your requests are showing me how much you've invested in yourself by identifying a strategic edge on an asset that I haven't seen before.
Can you check out Inkst on the Qcoin chart? Thanks, man. Even permabears can trade and make money on Beanie Babies.
What's up, Pariah? I mean, we can look at E and Q, some scrub coin, sure. See, here's another one where it's like, I really appreciate the contribution, dude. I really, really do. This is so illiquid.
Please check out Hot NYSE, daily/weekly. Thoughts on yeah and vote for Donnelly Edge.
What's up, Donald? We will look at AUY. Thank you for the 15. Kingsman. So the only time to be requesting this asset, which I don't really like anyway, because look at the scam wicks showing you its illiquidity. So easy to move this thing. Good luck. But the only time it would have made sense to request this possibly would have been the date of either September 2nd or the 7th. Okay, because what you were doing then made sense for a low risk, high reward opportunity long. Now it doesn't matter. Now all we can do is hindsight. Right? We can only hindsight. But what this is exactly what you want to see. That was one time, no one knows. Second time, maybe everyone knows. And you can have a stop loss just marginally below that level, that 0.8 of 1 cent level. Because why would you want to own the asset below the level that it's back testing twice? That's the whole argument for why you're longing. When your argument becomes invalid, there becomes a valid argument on why to not be in that trade anymore. So you held it twice. And Moon after. And you know, one target probably would have been, I think the first target would have been 1.4 cents. Easy. After that, like, I don't know, dude. Like, scam wicks galore. Is there... Oh man, this goes back. Wow. Dang, okay, so it has more. Clearly, anything between 0.6 and 0.8 of 1 cent was, you know, your lowest risk area. When you got back above that, why? I mean, even here, dang man. Any time in August, it would have been a good request. Any time in August, because you had multiple spring back tests. You fell below it, made all-time lows, right? That support zone, and then you broke back above it, spring back test the spring for like a month, and then another rally. So these are the times to be requesting assets, not now. I don't know now. What do you want from me now? Like, the only target that made sense was 1.4 cents, and now I'm like, there you go. You got some peaks over here. All right. Well, you're at one now, right? You're at a peak from 2020, early, mid, late 2020, and above that would be 2.6 cents. If you ever broke this level, you go to 2.6 cents. Above that is pandemonium, insanity, but that's all I got for you, okay? All right. Our AUY for Donald's. Yamana Gold. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, Yamana, dude. Start on the 3-day on this one. I have memory of this place. Not at a strategic entry area. Clearly, you can see that, right? Because the price action, all it does is up, down, up. Down, up. That's it. So it unfortunately just made a lower high than the previous high. It thrusted through that peak of $6 and then back tested it as resistance. Now you're below the 200 moving average. Not really. I think the closer you are to 335 is the better chance you have of a low risk entry. And if not, then $2. There's your channel too. Like, you have this massive channel that's been going on. This is a 7-year large channel. You're not at the bottom of that either. So I think it's just not an entry area right now. I get probably on the 4 hour you saw the potential double bottom developing. But looking at the context from 2020 and now 2022, the lower high, it's almost like a bearish dragon pattern. So it may rally from here, but you have to understand that it is not at an inflection point. It's in the dead middle of 2 inflection points. So that is just inherently not going to be a great area for the best long, right? All right, man. It's been a good stream. I've been live for like an hour and 35 minutes now. So again, be sure to join the Discord if you haven't. There it is again. Join it. I'm telling you, there's educational resources in there. And you're connected to a like-minded community. You're not going to be able to talk to your friends or your significant others or your family members about traditional technical analysis. You're just not. Why do you think I created this community? I had no one to talk to. I had no one to talk to about this stuff in my life. No one. But now, I have many people to talk to about this stuff. It's the whole point of the community's existence. So remember the 3-day. How cautious optimism is back on Bitcoin because we have failed. Sellers have failed twice now on a significant time scale to break it. So over 14,000 members in that Discord too. So and maybe it's a dragon. It's a confirmation low, and on the second low, at least on the relative strength index, there is seller exhaustion, which is impending price action, reversal implied. Let us see if it plays out. That's the whole reason why we have almost 900 votes on a poll today. The poll you can still vote on, but I'm about to end the poll. So vote on it now if you want to. But is Bitcoin confirming a midterm bottom based on the variables we've identified, the price action we've identified at the 2017 previous cycle top, right? And the edge that is now discernible. Oh yeah, new Cobra Kai. If you hadn't seen it, I bench watched all of it. It starts out kind of bad. But hey, a guy I played football with at Alabama, Eric Anders, he cameos in it. Not even kidding, like the second episode. It's crazy. It's just so weird seeing him. But that he's only in one episode, but it's funny. But yeah, Cobra Kai ends up like, you know, episode 3 and on is amazing, actually. You can't even believe how kind of good it is. It's like, what? And more cameos. Alright, I'll be back. Thanks for everything, y'all. Until next time, respect the TA.